Hi fellow traders, I hope everybody had a good day today. I'm just a little bit overexcited today because I've been waiting for the day after Labor Day ever since June 1st. You know, I hate trading in the summer. The summer is my worst. But I still approach it with a positive attitude. I go in and I get what I get. But I really look forward to and I really love this last quarter. I know the fourth quarter doesn't start until October technically, but this is the last part of the year for me. And I group all these months together: September, October, November, and December. So I call this my last quarter, and this is usually the most exciting part of the year for me. So I'm a little bit overly excited today. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over the trades I've had the last couple days. I only took one Thursday, one Friday, and one today in this account. I did take another trade in a small account Friday and one today, but those will be on another video. But LVS was a trade that I took on Thursday, and it was a top reversal. It was hitting our reversal scan. So I went and started finding the levels of support and resistance that could possibly be reversal points, because I like to take these trades as they reverse off of a level of resistance. And I found this 52.85, and at the time this candle was printing. So I found this one and I found that one, and I said, well, if it doesn't hit this, I'll look at 53 next, and then we'll look at 53.31. So that was the plan, and it failed to push here. Then this candle opened down here, sold off a little bit, but then it got bought back up. It tried to push it, and then it failed here. So automatically, I'm going to think that this is weak. This stock's ready to roll back over. And really, I felt I had a good chance of actually losing the VWAP on this. So I'm taking this top reversal. The VWAP is right here at 52.58 at the time, I believe. And we're up here at 52.85. So I'm looking for a quick 30 cents. And then possibly, losing a little bit more. Well, I took it because, this candle opened and it started selling off real good. And I wanted to get as close to this 52.85 level because of how close the VWAP was. I wanted to make sure I got at least 30 cents out of this deal. But I took it. We did get a little resolution, but then this candle opened and we got a little resolution. It faded and it got bought back up. This candle opened, we got a little fade out of the gate, and then it just got bought straight up, and it ended up hitting my max loss. Now in this case, I didn't have a level of support up here to base this trade off of, because I was basing it off of 52.85, and when I got in, I was above 52.85. So I couldn't base it off of that. I just had to use my max loss. I could have used the high of this candle, but it ended up hitting my max loss and just took a hit on that one. This level was too far away, so I wasn't going to base it on that. And it just turned out that this was a top reversal attempt that just failed. It tried to reverse and it failed, and then I didn't follow my rules, because what I should have done is waited for a candle to close below this 52.85 and then track the next candle to see if it was going to open strong or open weak. But I didn't follow my rules and just anticipated this, and it ended up costing me. And that was my trade on Thursday. let's see, Friday was CCL. And this was a 5-minute opening range breakdown. And what I do with these opening range breakdowns, again, what I do is I look at the high and the low of the 5 minutes. A lot of times when it has a big wick like this, I won't even consider it. I'll just look at the body. This wick is about the max I would use on an opening range breakdown. So this candle opened and it started getting bought up, but then it quickly sold back off, back below this level, and you know, it came down and it tapped the 5-minute opening range low. So I waited to see what this candle was going to do. So it opened and tried to push up a little bit, but when it started selling, I tried to catch it because I wanted to get it as close to VWAP as possible. That was going to be my stop on this. Ordinarily, you would use a close above the 5-minute opening range low, but if there's a level or any type of moving average or VWAP or whatever up above it, then I'm going to use that. I'm going to use a technical level always over trying to use any type of candle. So that's what I did on this. My stop was here. So when I got in, we got some immediate resolve, and you know, I picked up a good 30 cents, 31 cents. I got in at 55, got out at 26. Or no, just a little bit, 29 cents maybe. But was really looking for 45.81. This is my ultimate target. But it quickly turned back around, and once I take profit, my stop automatically becomes break even. So I got back out break even as this got bought right back up. So it was good. I was able to take profit. And what you can do is wait for these to set up again. You know, go ahead and take your profit and wait for the next setup. So I waited to see if this was going to fail to push VWAP here. But it didn't. And we got this big candle. There's no trading this candle. So once it put this candle in, I just pretty much gave up on it. And you see here's another good 30-cent move. This VWAP fade here, but by then I'd already given up on it. Anytime you get stopped out, there's always a possibility that the stock can set back up. So once you get stopped out, you just hit the reset button and look at this just like you haven't traded it before. Because if you get stopped out and you have that in the back of your mind, it's going to prevent you from pulling the trigger or getting back in the trade. And that's, you know, can cost you, especially if you're trying to make a living trading. Alright, so that was CCL from Friday. And let's see, today was SE. And I didn't get the trade to open because I was working on something else. But being patient and waiting for your setups to come, waiting for the market to come to you, and not you chasing the market and chasing stocks to try to trade. I just sat back and I actually got 2 stocks to hit at the same time that set up beautiful for top reversals. One I traded in this account, and another one I traded in a small account. And the identical charts, practically identical charts. The only difference is I got stopped out on this one first, and the other one I didn't get stopped out in at all. But see what happened here. I was trying to anticipate the fail, and I got in here on this candle anticipating the fail of this because the RSI was up. It was in the 90s. The volume had built up, and I was looking for it to kind of roll over. And so I took it short, and ended up it stopped me out. And it did close above the level on this candle. This candle opened and started to push up. I kind of waited to see if it was going to sell off, but it didn't, and it faked me out. But the thing is, if you have a stop, you have to stick to it. There's no ifs and buts about it. If you set a stop and your stop is going to be the high of this candle, which was 42.27, then that's when you need to get out. 42.27. You don't want to wait. You don't want to say, well, let's see if it comes back down, because there was no indication that this was going to turn around. This could have just kept on climbing and kept on going up. And if I'd have been stuck in here, I'd have been holding and holding, waiting to see if it comes back. But in this case, I went ahead and stopped out and hit the reset button. And when I saw this candle close below this is what I've been waiting on all along. So I jumped on this, got right back in, and got a nice orderly move down. Because the 9 was so close, I didn't take anything off. I anticipated the fade of the 9. I know this is one of my rules in, making sure you have enough room between where you take the trade, which is 42.14, and at the time, this was at 41.95, I think. So there was only like 20 or 21 cents. But I anticipated the fade of this. If it bounced off of this and turned back around, I probably would have just stopped out again. But I expected it to lose this 9 moving average. The reason being, you can see the angle of descent start to change a little bit. When it printed this candle, it was starting to roll over. It was starting to flatten out. And whenever you see something start to flatten out, a lot of times there's going to be a change in direction. Now it can flatten out, consolidate, build strength, and push up. But I was looking for the reversal off of this level, and so I felt we would get a good move back down to VWAP. So I got in again, 42.15. Tried to wait for it to hit the 20 moving average, but I got out at 41.77, a little bit early. And the next one, I kind of wanted to get halfway between here and my target. And so I took another quarter here. So now I was out half my position, and I had another half that I was waiting to get to VWAP. And what I like to do here sometimes is when it hits VWAP, take a quarter off and wait to see if we get another fade. But it took so long, and it consolidated, had a little bounce here, and I wasn't able to cover until 3:30. After a little bit after 3:30. Right here was 3:45. And I took it off at 41.02 or 41.02 when it hit VWAP. And this was a textbook top reversal. And you don't, you have rules and you have checklists, but sometimes you have to look at it and look at a chart. And sometimes you're going to take a little bit of risk. I took a little bit of risk to get in this trade at first. It didn't, pan out. Then I took a little bit of risk not entering the second trade, but waiting to cover, not covering at the 9 moving average. So based on what I saw. So my trade, you're gonna have rules, and you gotta follow the rules and use it as a template. But as you get more screen time, you're going to be able to see and determine, what's going on in that chart. And is it good, or is it a smart idea to go ahead and cover. Now, yeah, if this thing was 30 or 40 cents away, yeah, I would have done it without even thinking about it. But because it was so close, I made a little bit more critical analysis of it and decided not to take 20 cents and just let it work. So that was it for the last 3 days of trading for me. I'm just extremely, happy that we're out of this summer part and that we're going into the best part of the year for me. I'm excited because the day trading mindset workshop has been going great. It's been some awesome awakening happening. We have to understand we're not trading against the market, we're trading against ourselves. And if our mind is not right, if we're not right, we're not going to catch. We may stop out and just get mad and leave that stock alone and go somewhere else and end up missing a profitable move. And, we just have to focus on ourselves, make sure we stay locked in. And that is something that I've had problems with for well over a year. If I get stopped out, sometimes I get a little agitated, and if it doesn't set up immediately, I end up missing a move because I didn't stay locked in. So we have to do that. And there's, psychology plays a big part in our trading, and knowing who we are and what our strengths and weaknesses are. All of these things we worked on over the last several weeks, and it's been an amazing journey. So the next time we do that, or we have that, I highly suggest you check it out, or maybe talk to somebody that's been in it and that's been through it, because it definitely has changed all of the traders that's been in that program with me. Alright, but that's all I got for tonight. Hope everybody has a great evening, great night, or morning, wherever you are in this beautiful world. And we'll see you bright and early tomorrow in chat.